let's talk a little bit about politics, about Cameroon politics, because I find it very interesting for a variety of reasons. So first of all, let's look at the youth, because
Okay.
all up until this point we have talked about.
What about Cameroon politics? I don't know if you have a specific question or something you would.
Yeah, sure. I'm coming to that. So I said
Okay.
up until this point we have talked about the model that you are involved in that have to do with the youth. Then also the conflict that we talked about just now had to do with the youth. So at the end of the day, it means that the youth in Cameroon are really very vital and important in this case, and of course the politics too. So since you have been there, I see you almost like they will say the children that are born with the silver spoon, like I said before, though. So within the politics, of course, in Cameroon. So I believe that you are also the right candidate to answer some questions related to politics because you are being in the angle. Except, of course, maybe you choose not to respond to certain question. That is your own right. I'm not going to force you.
Yeah, of course, of
Okay.
course.
So tell me, how do you see the participation of Cameroonian youth in the politics in Cameroon?
Youth participation, I would say it's quite timid. It's quite timid. It's not active at all. In my own point of view, of course, someone else might have another orientation to the question. So for me, it's quite timid. We have fewer youths involved at the level of the local government. Not to talk of, when it comes to elections or the electoral process, you have very limited youths who are interested. So most youths are worried about, they want a job, they want money, they want to live. So politics is not really. But on the other hand, you have in the past, I would say 3 years or so, we have young people who've risen, who've shown their interest in politics, and the president of the republic also encourages young people to take part effectively in politics. So you find some young people in the parliament, for example. You find some young people as mayors in communities. So I'm saying I think it's gradually increasing, but if not, it's been very, very timid in the past years.
I think I'm interested in that timidity of it. In that, I don't understand. Why do you think the youth are timid? Like I said before, that this area, of course, you know it very well. Of course, you can choose what to respond to or what not to. This, but we are basically just discussing here. Why do you think the youth in Cameroon are timid in terms of the politics?
Yeah, I think that the youths are timid, like I said earlier. It's because some of them they want to leave, okay? They want a job. They don't see themselves getting maybe the job through politics. So they want a job. For example, if you have a young person who maybe graduates from the university and you tell the person, hey, come join politics and let's have a political party or something, the person will tell you, the youth will tell you, no, hey, I want a job. I'm looking for a job. I need to make some money. I have my family to support. I have this to do. So most of them, that's the first thing. I think most of them they want to work and they want money. They want to earn a living. And then the other part, I think also, is that some of them have given up. Okay. There are some young people, when you talk to them about maybe voting and, taking part actively in politics, they'll tell you they've given up because they really don't see the change. That's how they see the change is not visible. It's not tangible. Even though change is something that is progressive, it's gradual too. But I mean, so I think those are the two reasons why youth participation might be timid.
Okay. Now, talking of the change, in fact, I'm not very sure that I even understand the Cameroonian politics very well, even though I'm in Nigeria, we are just close by there, no? In that the president of Cameroon, Pobia, has been the president for a very, very long time, for more
Yeah.
than 40 years, is correct. So, how do you even run a kind of a democracy like that? I am not really clear. I'm not sure I understand it. Please help me explain it.
Well, that's a domain that I wouldn't know much what to say. I think it's a tendency in African countries, like we see. I think it also depends on the people, what the people, like it said, what the people want. Okay, so if there is elections for a president and the people decide to vote, and maintain their president. I think it's their choice. So in terms of longevity and all of that, I really don't have much to say about that.
Okay. Anyway, I had a follow-up question to that. Maybe we might just leave that to another conversation because it might be a little bit hard for you. Because okay, fine. Let leave that part. Okay. Now,
Okay.
what can you say about your connection with the Cameroonian diaspora? Because we are in the diaspora. Sometimes we have a very hard conversation. Sometimes also about our politics back home. Because we want things to function, not for us, not for the people that are away from Africa, to function for the people that are in Africa, no? So in the case of maybe Cameroon, just now you were making mention of the youth that are big teaming. If I were maybe to respond to that, maybe we might be talking of that the youth are naturally not be educated to understand even their own role in politics, because somebody have been there for more than 40 years and they still continue to be there. The politics is a little bit funny. Anyway, it's okay. I don't really want to go into those areas because it might not end very well. Okay, fine. So what is your own connection with the diaspora? So let's connect to this part. I mean,
Okay.
they might have been telling you, you have been talking to them, you say you have been in Italy, you might have met some other Camerooners, no? Yeah.
Okay. My connection with the Cameroonian diaspora, I would say it's in two phases. The very first one is basically my work I do at the ministry, at the office. We handle cases of Cameroonians in, for example, countries like Brazil and others when they have issues related to legalizing documents or certifying documents or social problems. Okay, they have social problems, they revert to the embassy, and the embassy gets to the central office where I work, and we try to resolve the problems. That's the very first, I would say that's the very first connection I have with the diaspora. Now, the other part is at a personal level. Just like you mentioned, of course, it's true. We have we have young people out there who see only negativity about Cameroon, and that's the reason why they mentioned that they left the country in the first place, because nothing is working according to them. So at my own level, what I do is we have some who want to invest back into the country. Okay, most have stayed there out for a long time, and they tell themselves, hey, it's time to maybe invest back into Cameroon. And so we have a diaspora that we help, we facilitate the work they want to do. For example, at the personal level, I can, if you want to buy, I'll just give an example like this. If you want to buy a land, in back here in Yaoundé, or maybe in Boya, wherever, we can help to facilitate, okay, the purchase of that land. So that's the kind of relationship, my connection with the diaspora. That's how we work.
And that's really very interesting. The other day, I think that should be like a week or 2 weeks ago, I was interviewing also a Nigerian who is in this line of business that is trying to have work in the real estate. But the people, the Nigerians that are in abroad, sort of, he proposed to them, hey, we can build a house for you and all that things. I think that is really a kind of that is a healthy conversation that we can actually carry on. No? But of course, we cannot also neglect the fact that we care about the political future that is going on at home, no? Because if we are not doing that, then we are doing a disservice both to ourselves and to our nation. All right. Now, to this your Cameroonian friends, or let's say co-citizens abroad, do they usually complain to you about something? Maybe like the representation in politics, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, the complaints are unlimited, when it comes to, complaining about Africa, it's unlimited. We have a number of them. For example, we have Cameroonians complaining about the bureaucracy, okay, in Cameroon. The length of time it takes to process documents, for example. They complain about that a lot. I mean, that's the first. Also, you have those who complain about the longevity of the president in power, of course, that's governance. You also have those who complain about unemployment, one of the reasons why they also left. So you have these complaints coming from all angles. But again, I would say it's not new in Africa, especially. All these complaints are not new. If you talk about longevity in power, you have it, you see it in African countries and even other countries abroad. You see that. If you talk about procedure in obtaining administrative documents, okay, you also find that in most countries. So I think it's nothing new, but it's a phenomenon that is rampant out there in terms of administration. So those are the complaints you have from Cameroonians abroad.